Good day there, Guardians. It's that time at the 12 tier rolls for the week. I'm so sorry that this video is late. Unavoidable circumstances yesterday meant that I couldn't actually get this video up for you. That said, as usual, you can find the timestamps for every vendor in the description below, and without further ado, we will start with the Cryptarch Tyra Karn and check out the artifacts she's selling this week. She is selling the Memory of Yoda. It's a strength only 103 roll, removes the sprint cooldown penalty from 12 tier perspective, not that great. That said, 119 is the max for the Memory of Yoda. Likewise, this Memory of Tima over here, we'll get to that in a sec. Memory of Silima is a 122 Intellect Discipline roll. That is on the cusp. It's the third or fourth best Silima she has sold. If you don't have a Silima, definitely grab this one. It's in the better range, but it's certainly nowhere near a great roll for Intellect Discipline. You're looking for mid to high 120s, low 130s for an Intellect Discipline roll. Silima gives you the ability to have increased resistance to damage over time attacks in the Crucible. And then the Memory of Tima, like I said before, max stat 119. Intellect Strength is a 113 roll, so not the greatest, but not completely terrible. I personally wouldn't pick this up yet, but if you don't have a Memory of Tima, then certainly, by all means, grab this one. If you want to grab it just for Student of History, I don't think it's that effective in the game. PvE artifact, where melee attacks on minor minions and higher level minions that have very low health, you can actually convert them to be allies for about 30 seconds. You can turn them back if you melee them a second time. That is it this week from Tyra Karn. This week, Shiro is very light on as usual, but he does have this Mantle of Galleon at a 58 roll Intellect Discipline for the Hunters. For 1 Legendary Engram and 5,000 Glimmer, you too could own this funky looking cloak. And that is the Malevolence shader, I apologize. This week, Eris Morn has this Cloak of the Dusktorn. It's a 58 roll, a Discipline Strength roll. It's not that great, and for 75 legendary marks, as usual, I would not suggest you buy anything less than a perfect roll class item, but she does have it and it does fall within the 12 tier category. For the Hunters this week, Cade has this KD Bogatir 2.0 helmet. It's an Intellect Strength helmet, and it is a 107 roll, 4 stat points down from the maximum of 111. Does have some of my favorite perks on it for PvE. Obviously it has Intellect and Strength on it here, but these are my favorite 2 perks on any PvE helmet. Infusion replenishes health each time you pick up an Orb of Light, also handy in PvP. And Inverse Shadow, increased super energy gain from killing minions of the darkness. Does not matter how you kill them, but you get bonus super energy from killing minions in PvE. Handy perk to have. I would recommend picking this one up. It is 4 stat points short of max. Definitely worth the grab for a PvE helmet. He also has this Ghost here. It's a Discipline Strength 58 roll. Again, 75 legendary marks. For anything less than perfect roll on a Ghost or a class item, I'd personally give it a miss. It does have Worm Spore, Detector, and Reclamation, which makes it almost the same roll as a Kingslayer shell that you can get from the King's Fall raid. Just look for a perfect roll, 25-35 in both the Discipline and Strength, or Intellect, Discipline, Intellect, Strength, both categories, and you are laughing. For the Titans this week, Zavala has these Mangonel Type 2 beauties. They are a 132 roll, down from 135, so 3 stat points short of perfect. That's pretty good. They have increased fusion rifle ammo or increased machine gun ammo. They also have arc double down with intellect and strength there. I would suggest picking those up if you don't have some decent boots. You're looking for intellect strength roll, and especially if you like carrying fusion rifles or machine guns, particularly fusion rifles in PvP, that would be worth your while. He also has this Tower Watch shell here. It is a perfect roll, intellect strength roll. It has relic iron sensor and extractor, and also network tap, where you get additional glimmer when killing Cabal. This is the perfect shell, ghost shell for Mars. You've got Cabal, you've got relic iron, laughing. For 75 legendary marks, I would definitely recommend picking this one up. It's a perfect roll, intellect strength. It's much cheaper than that Senator shell that is available as well, so I would suggest picking this one up. After having some reasonable armor for the Warlocks in the last few weeks, this week Ikora only has this measly Tower Watch shell. It's a 58 discipline strength roll. It has helium sensor, helium filament sensor, and a blue polyphage for additional glimmer when killing Vex. 75 legendary marks. I would give it a miss. For the hunters this week, Shaxx doesn't have a great deal, but he has this Cloak of Fast Resolve at a 58. Again, 75 legendary marks for less than a perfect roll on a class item. Wouldn't pick it up personally, but it is in the 12 tier category. It has an increased upgrade for pulse rifles, and also obviously Crucible Champion gives you bonus Crucible rep. He also has this 58 roll Crucible shell. Again, 58, 75 legendary marks. You've heard me say it plenty of times. It has relic iron detector or sensor extractor, and also has hunter bounty on it, where you get glimmer from killing hunters in the Crucible. For the Titans this week, Shaxx has these Rakuguena Type 1U beauties at a 130 roll, 5 stat points down from perfect discipline strength. They have sidearm ammo and rocket launcher ammo. You can carry more of either of those. Arc double down or Capture King for increased weapon and movement speeds after capturing zones in Le Crucible. Again, discipline strength, not too bad at 130 roll. They're not too bad. You could pick those up. There's nothing on sale for the Warlocks this week. Over at Dead Orbit this week, Iraq Jalal has some gauntlets and boots for the hunter. He has these Endling Grasps at a 96 roll. They are 3 stat points down from perfect. Intellect strength with increased grenade throw distance. Fastball or impact induction gives you bonus grenade energy on melee hits. Obviously it's got intellect and strength. And fusion rifle reloader, or fusion rifle loader, it increases the reload speed of fusion rifles. I quite like fusion rifles in PvP. I also tend to run fusion rifles in some PvE activities. I find them quite useful and effective. He also has these Endling Stride boots, which are a 130 roll, 5 points down from the maximum of 135 for boots. They have increased sniper ammo or increased machine gun ammo, so you can carry more of either of those. Void double down increases agility after void double kill for about 5 seconds, and then obviously increased intellect and discipline, being an intellect discipline roll. They are both handy pickups, and he has this ghost down here, this diaspora shell or diaspora shell, depending on where you come from. The discipline strength roll on that is a 59 roll for 100 legendary marks. Wow, it's just 25 more than the 75 that I keep telling you to steer clear from, so you know what I would say here. Helium filament extractor or sensor, and glimmer when killing taken is the reclamation perk, and that is that. Dead Orbit didn't have anything for the Titans, but for the Warlocks, he has these Endling Steps at a 152 roll, 132 roll. He has these Endling Steps at a 132 roll, 3 stat points down from max stat. their Intellect Strength with Fusion Rifle ammo and Machine Gun ammo. It seems to be a fairly common combination this week, with Arc double down and of course increased Intellect and Strength. Over at Future War Cult, Lakshmi 2 has not a great deal for anyone except for the Warlocks. The Warlocks are the only ones that have anything this week, and we've got this Eon Tracer Bond at a 58 roll, Discipline Strength, Auto Rifle Upgrade, and of course Crucible Champion for 75 Legendary Marks. I'd say no. And this Eon Tracer Hood, the helmet, it's an Intellect Discipline helmet at a 108 roll. That's pretty darn good, 3 stat points down from maximum of 111. At 120 Legendary Marks, it's pretty expensive, but it does have Infusion, which gives you health each time you pick up an Orb of Light. Ashes to Assets gives you bonus Super Energy on grenade kills. Heavy Lifting is the same, but with heavy weapon kills, obviously, and Minions of the Darkness only. Ashes to Assets is grenade kills in PvE or PvP, and it's an increased Intellect or Discipline roll. She also has this Bellicose Shell at a 58 roll. It is 100 Legendary Marks, an Intellect Strength roll, 58, Helium Filament Sensor, and it also has Ether Seeds for additional glimmer when killing Fallen. For 100 Legendary Marks, I'd say no thank you. Over at New Monarchy, Executor Hideous has a chest piece for the Hunters this week at a really pretty good roll. This is a 144 roll, down from 147, 3 stat points below maximum. So for 75 Legendary Marks, I would definitely recommend picking this up if you are with New Monarchy and have rank 2. An Intellect Strength roll, we've got Arc Recovery and Arc Armor, handy if you are running that Blade Dancer subclass. With Scout Rifle ammo and Shotgun ammo, you can carry more of either of those. And at the moment, I happen to have a shotgun equipped, that's right. Intellect and Strength, obviously being an Intellect Strength roll at 144, I would say definitely pick that one up. He's also got this Ghost down here, which is a perfect roll, Intellect Strength roll, 25-35, you see that there. Perfect 60 with Relic Iron Sensor and Extractor, and then we've got Reclamation, which gives you additional glimmer when killing Taken. For 100 Legendary Marks, I think it's a bit of a rip-off, but if you're looking for a perfect Intellect Strength roll, definitely grab this one if you are with New Monarchy this week. The Senator Shell over here on the far right is also an Intellect Strength roll, has Spin Metal Sensor and Blue Polyphage where you get glimmer from killing Vex. But for 100 Legendary Marks, would I recommend buying a 58 roll? The answer is no, but it does fall within the 12 tier category. For the Warlocks, Executor Hideous has this High Command Bond at a 59 roll. You know, I keep saying it over and over, 75 Legendary Marks is expensive for a less than perfect class item or Ghost. It increases the upgrade rate for hand cannons and also your Crucible rep. For the Hunters, the Speaker has this Gunslinger's Cloak at 58 roll, 75 Legendary Marks. You know the drill, I wouldn't pick it up, but you could if you really, really needed to upgrade a Gunslinger's Cloak. He's sold perfect rolls, so I'd just wait personally. Upgrade rate for auto rifles and Vanguard rep, you know what I think. For the Titans, the Speaker is carrying this Striker's Mark at a 58 Intellect Strength roll, increases the upgrade rate for hand cannons, and obviously has Vanguard Champion. For 75 Legendary Marks at a 58 roll, it's just not worth it. And, as you can see if I do this, he has sold a perfect roll Striker's Mark in the past, because I have one equipped right now. For the Hunters this week, Variks has very little, but he does have this 58 roll Intellect Strength Kel's Cloak. It has increased Vanguard rep with Vanguard Champion and also upgrade rate for auto rifles for a Legendary Engram and 5,000 Glimmer. Hey, you too could own a less than perfect Kel's Cloak. And for the Titans, Variks has this Devil's Mark at a 59 roll, Intellect Strength for a Legendary Engram, and Glimmer 5000 of it. You could pick up this less than perfect 59 roll Devil's Mark. It has upgrade rate for hand cannons and increased Vanguard rep. And finally, for the Warlocks, Variks has this Devil's Bond at a 58 roll, Intellect Strength, upgrade for Scout Rifles, and has Vanguard Reputation for 1 Legendary Engram and 5000 Glimmer. Same old story. That's all he's got this week for everyone. I hope you got something out of this video, Guardians. If you did, please give it the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can catch me on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram for regular updates. Thanks for watching, Guardians. I'll see you next time.